I am out cold when I use this. Let the record show, when it comes to products that I love and like continue to buy, I don't mess around. We test a lot of products here, and so if I'm gonna recommend something, it better be good. So today, hang out with me while we talk about some of my favorite products that I have bought off of Amazon that I recommend to friends, to family, to you guys, that I continually buy over and over and over again. Because don't get me wrong, there are a lot of duds on Amazon. We've all seen it. When you find those good products, oh, that's it. That's on the money. And so today, while I finish up my makeup, we're gonna talk about some of those products, especially ones I tried to focus on the ones that I've tested over the last like year or so that I just continually reach for that I feel like you guys need to know about. I will link them all on my storefront in case you are interested in any of them. I will also link them down below if you have any in particular that you are interested in. And I also plan on doing one of these for my Rachel's Life channel that's gonna be more focused on kitchen and home, although I do have some home stuff in here, just like a little bit, but saving most of that for that video. So let's start with the skincare products, because that's like the stuff that I probably reach for and continue to buy over and over again the most. That and hair care, but we'll get to that after. Number 1 on the list and number 3rd in bottle, this is the Roche Posay Hyaluronic B5 Serum. Now I've tried a lot of the hyaluronic acid kind of serums in my day, a lot of them, and a lot of them feel really good. They have a nice serum-y feel to the skin. You get that kind of splash in the face kind of effect when you put it on. But this one, she's different because not only is it nice and lightweight, which I feel like is perfect for summer, it's not too tacky, but it's not oily either, and it makes my skin like plumper. I can't explain it. I finished my first bottle and then I bought 2 of them like at the same time because I knew I'd run out. And I just cannot get enough of this, and so I continually reach for it because it's just such a perfect formula. Also worth noting that I have used it with a number of different moisturizers, which I think is also important because you don't want one that's like really tricky and annoying and will only work if you pair it with this one serum or this one moisturizer. Otherwise it starts like pilling and getting gross, right? So that, so good. I feel like good product aggression. You know how there's like cute aggression and you're like, I love you so much, you're so cute. This is me, but with products that I love. So expect a lot of that this video. Next up, again, this is my 3rd, maybe my 2nd, but it might be my 3rd bottle of this stuff. This is the Nivea Firming Q10 Plus Vitamin C. I have talked about this one before. It's just a really good lightweight moisturizer. I want something that I can put on, especially in those spots where, you know, when you're putting on like a self-tan or something, you need to like protect the spots so they don't get the self-tan like clinging to it. I have to do that on such an intense level. Knuckles, my elbows, the tops of my feet, the knees, but the knees need like extra. It's a whole workup. And this is not only perfect for that because my self-tanner just glides on so much better with it while also protecting those areas, but not too much. It's just like the perfect amount. But I also just use it for a nice moisturizer. It doesn't have a really obnoxious smell to it. Like it does have a scent, although now that I think, but I don't know what that scent is. Smells like a moisturizer for the drugstore. Mildly citrusy. I guess that would make sense because there is an orange on it, but it's not like that really like hit you in the face scent, which I find to be a little bit annoying, especially if you're trying to layer on a perfume or something after. I need more blush. And I've tried other ones and they're fine, but this is such a good, I hate calling things cheap and cheerful because nothing is cheap anymore. But this, I feel okay about going through and using it on my entire body and not feeling bad about it. And it just feels really good and I really like it. What other skincare? Oh, this is a sunscreen. So this sunscreen is not cheap and it angers me because I love it so much. And you'll see how much I love it. It's this much. Look how much of this I've used. Ooh. It is by Kopari. It is their Sun Shield Body Glow. And this one is available on Amazon. Otherwise, you'd have to order it through their website. I can't find any other places that like sell it. Just super annoying. It has an SPF of 50 and it's more like an oily kind of a formula. I can't explain how smoothly it glides onto the skin. You get that little bit of a glow. It's hydrating in that oily kind of a way, but it's not too oily that you feel like you're just gonna like, you know, slip off your lawn chair. I don't know. It just feels really good on the skin and I just keep reaching for it all summer long. I'm ordering some more of it because that's how good it is. And this is for me. okay? This isn't for no one else can use it. This is my sunscreen. It's glowy, it's fabulous, has a nice scent to it. It's just, I love it so much. Okay, so this is skincare, but this is a weird one, but I feel like it needs mentioning, especially for anyone out there that is very accident prone in that they fall and scuff their knees a lot. This is mostly kids, if you have kids. Or you're a clumsy queen, we love. It is the Aquaphor Eucerin combination. It's both, I think. I think both brands make it, or they're made by the same company. I don't know what it is. It's the Advanced Therapy Healing Ointment. And this is for dry, cracked, or irritated skin. And the dermatologist that I went to, I was talking to them about like eczema on the kid's skin and stuff like that. Anyway, we were talking about stuff like Neosporin and all those kinds of things that you put on cuts and, you know, irritations and things like that. And she was like, don't use those. Stop. No more. I was like, excuse me, pardon me? Because that's what I used growing up, Neosporin. You put it on any cuts and it like clears it up. But she said, don't use it because it can irritate the skin and can cause a lot of issues down the road. It just has a bunch of stuff in it that you don't want on your skin. I was like, oh, that's good to know. And so she recommended this. It's basically just petrolatum, lanolin, mineral oil, glycerin. That's what's in this. So if you can like find other ones, but I feel like I needed PSA, let you all know. This stuff is great. I've been using it on my kids. It's been working really well. Obviously you want to clean an area and whatever, and this is just gonna like protect it and keep it, you know, from getting more stuff in it. But this is what she recommended. This is what I use. And so I feel like we need to share this information. So this is the one. Next up, we will talk hair care. Now, I'm not gonna get into all the like ins and outs of my hair, but you can see right now, she's looking pretty cute. Forgot I had these clips in. Whoops. Let me just brush her out for ya. So I washed her yesterday. Nice and shiny. Very excited. Great progress. You can see these pieces are starting to grow out. Some of them are breaking off because I'm not washing my hair enough. Yeah, no one told me that, but that's information for another video. Today, I want to talk about the stuff that's been working very well for my hair. So I'm going to start with number one. This is my second bottle of this stuff, and it is the dpHue. I think it's dpHue or dpHue, I don't know. It's the Gloss Plus, and it's the sheer one. And this is basically like a deep conditioning treatment that is going to coat your hair, which I think is really important, especially if you have this fine or damaged hair and you don't want to go for a protein treatment, because I was finding that my hair kept like snapping off and breaking anytime I used anything with protein in it, because my hair doesn't need it. And so this adds this glossiness I've never seen before in a product until I started using this. And I was like, oh, because it's basically coating and sealing your hair, which is again, not for everyone, but I love this formula for that purpose because it's just locking everything in and making it less susceptible to snapping and breaking. So I put some pumps into my hair and I'll kind of like scrunch it in, and I'll focus on the front pieces and then all around like from here down, and I'll let it sit for like 10 minutes or so. And then when I rinse it away and then I blow dry my hair, it's shiny. It stays like this too. You don't have to use this every single time. This is like once a week, and it just feels like it protects my hair because it feels like it seals it. Again, I'm not a hair, what do they call them? I don't know what the word is. Trichologist? Triceratops. I'm not an expert. I can just tell you what my hair feels like after I use it. And this one is the one I keep reaching for, and it's amazing. Another thing that I use when I'm not using that one, because again, once a week or so, is the L'Oreal, this is the Extraordinary Oil Intense Nutrition. Now, this isn't, again, if you have very fine hair, this would probably feel like it's too much for you, but my daughter and I both use this, and it's mostly from like here down, depending on how bad my hair is feeling in a particular week or how often I've been able to wash it. This is for dry hair. It has oils in it, but I find that when I put it into my hair, especially at the bottom, even putting it in and feeling my hair within 5 minutes, 2 minutes even, I can feel it like feeling more silky. And then when I blow dry my hair after, it feels healthier. And again, it's L'Oreal. It's not, you know, super expensive. Like this is a little bit more expensive. You only need it once a week, so I haven't gone through it like super fast, but I keep reaching for this and I keep reaching for this. Worth mentioning. And then for hair growth, I know everyone's like rosemary and this and that. No, I don't use any of those. I tried the rosemary and my hair did not like it. But what I have been using that I have noticed results from is the Nioxin Night Density Rescue Serum. Looks like this. There's a couple of different ones that you can get off of Amazon. I think this one, at least at the time of filming this, is sold out on Amazon. That's how good it is. So I will try and link it or put it into the storefront wherever I can, or I will link other places that do sell it. And this is a dropper formula, nice and lightweight. It doesn't make my hair overly greasy or anything. There have been a couple of different serums that I've tried, and by the next day I'm like, oh, well, now I have to wash my hair again. This one sinks in a lot better, and I can get away with using it a couple of times before I have to wash my hair again. And you just take a little bit, like I'm focusing right now. You can use this all over your head. So you take 2 droppers full to your entire head. I use it primarily just sort of in this front section because I want this hair to grow in with the rest of my lengths and also grow this front part out to match the rest of my hair. We need to even things out a little bit. So I've been using this fairly consistently. For me, patting myself on the back, I'm not the best at keeping consistent to these things. So very proud of myself. I've been doing that in my lash serum and just yay. You gotta build yourself up, you know? And yeah, this has, it's called, what do they call it? Oxidine. I don't know what it does, but I really like it. It's not like a Rogaine type of a treatment where you have to put it in and you just have to keep using it forever because otherwise your hair is going to fall out. That's very dramatic, but you know what I mean. If you've looked into the active ingredient on Rogaine, you basically, once you start using it, you better use it for life. This is something that's just going to put it in and it's just going to fill in, like even this area in here, like, do you see that? Look how much fuller that is. Like that's wild to me. So I'm very happy with my results so far with this. I'm gonna continue to use it and I'm like hoping by the time Caroline's wedding rolls around that my hair will be in like really good shape. That's my goal. Now I want to make a shout out for all my engaged girlies that maybe have like a little diamond that you want to sparkle, that you want, and you want something that's going to work really well, but isn't, you know, taking it off and putting in those like, you know, those little cup things, you know, swirl it around and you have to rinse. No, we don't have time for that. This stick, I tested this for a video and my editor was obsessed with it. She's like, you're gonna love it. I love it. It is the Diamond Dazzle stick. It is the diamond cleaner. It's a brush tip right here. You can see I have bent them back. That's on me. That's a me problem. I've been 2 of these bottles and it's never done that before except for the one time. But you take it, you click it up. It's like a little clicky pen and you put it on you take off your rings, you put it on, you rinse it away and they sparkle so hard, it's crazy. Now all my sisters-in-law have them. I'm gonna put this one in my sister's stocking. I think she's the only one I haven't gotten one for yet. The girls got these in their stockings for Christmas time. I've been telling anyone who is engaged, this is what you need. It's so amazing. Amazon, love this. There are so many different categories in here that I've gone everywhere. We have laundry, clothing related. We have medical. I don't wanna call it medical, but this has been the saving grace of cold and flu season. Sleep related stuff, book recos from my kids, so much more. But we're gonna start with the nails. I gotta pick up the pace, Rachel. These are both by Essie, and I bought these on a whim from like the drugstore, but you can get them off of Amazon, which is where I'm gonna be getting them next. It is the Strong Start base coat, this guy right here, and then topping it off with the No Chips Ahead top coat, little purple guy right here. These two with any nail polish, I've used a slew of them, doesn't matter, makes my nails not feel like just gelatin. They're so bendy and terrible shape. But in particular, if you were going to take anything away from the nail category, it's the No Chips Ahead one, because if you are not new here, I am terrible with my nails, as you know, and they chip immediately. And like no chips, none in my nails. And I don't know what's in this that makes it like this, but like this is what I use now, and like I will actively seek it out and not paint my nails if I'm not gonna have this. Not super expensive either, which is nice, and love them. Now I want to do a quick side quest out of like the skincare, like the beauty realm into books, because I feel like book season is year round, don't get me wrong, but in particular, something about being in a summery kind of environment and having a good book that just really brings me joy, especially when it's not me reading it, but it's my children. So much joy. So for those of you that are new here, I have 3 kids, 10, 8, and 4. I know. Every time I mention that and you guys have been here for a while, you're like, I'm sorry, pardon? I know. They grow, I can't stop it, but they are voracious readers, which brings me so much joy. The only part that's difficult is like keeping up like trying to get them more books so that they have enough. Like we've gone into like my saddle club stuff that my parents have kept all these years. Like we're digging into the trenches of like the 90s aughts books. But these are the books right now that they are absolutely loving, that I feel like I need to share. I feel like I need to share more of these on like Instagram or like little mini videos here and there. Let me know if you guys want to see that. And these two series in particular I want to talk about because not only do both of my kids, the 10 and 8-year-old, really love them, but now my mother-in-law is reading one of the series and Chris is currently annihilating the other one. But the first one I want to talk about is the mysterious Benedict Society. This isn't even the first one. I don't know even what number this is. I just pulled this up in Julia's room. She's probably looking for it. She's like, where did you put my book, Mom? Anyway, really thick, full of mystery, and it just like, it brings you in, it draws you in so quickly. And there's these group of kids and they're part of this special school. I don't want to give a lot of it away. My mother-in-law is now reading this so that she can have like a book club kind of a moment with the kids. It's an Amazon #1 book of the year. Entertainment Weekly rates books. New York Times bestseller. It's gotten like a ton of accolades. I think they actually like Disney turned it into a series. Highly recommend these. My 8-year-old has been struggling to find a series that he's like really excited about. And I think this is the one that really takes the cake. And there are so many. I think there's like 12 books in this series. It is the Ranger's Apprentice series. And they're so good. This is the series that Chris has been devouring. And Luke has been drawing some of the characters from it that he's been really excited about. He's been talking about the books with Chris. Anyone who wants to listen, I myself included, I love hearing him talk about them. I wanted to show you, he has this little sticky note for when he's reading the book, you know. This is book #1. You can see how thick that one is, but as it gets and continues into the series, they get a lot thicker. And I think what he loves the most about it, and Chris was talking to me about this and why he thinks that Luke really enjoys it, is there's a lot of action, a lot of adventure, a lot happening, but there's also the resolutions aren't too far behind, you know. There isn't this like drawn out like, is it gonna happen or not? There's a quicker, because it's children, resolution to some of the problems, but then there's a new thing that comes up and like there's action, there's stuff going on, like what's gonna happen next, but like the resolution is there. And Chris is a big reader, and so for him to say that, like, he's like, I get why Luke is obsessed with this series, speaks volumes. Highly recommend if you've been trying to get your kids more into reading, or you know they love action and adventure, or maybe they love reading, they're looking for a new series. Highly recommend this one. I feel like I'm saying highly recommend for literally everything because they're awesome. Okay, 2 random laundry stuff before we get into some like really cute, I only have a couple of cute Amazon clothing things. I'm so picky about that stuff. But the laundry related things, this is the Miss Mouth's Messy Eater Stain Treater. This is technically for like kids and all the stains that they can accumulate on their clothes. But I can promise you that it's not just for them. I think I initially tested this. It was part of like an Amazon most wished for, I think, video or bestsellers or something. And I started using it and then I just kept reaching for it over OxyClean, over Resolve, or any of the other like really popular stain treating solutions because it's that good. So much so that this is my second bottle and it's like down to here. It's just a tiny bit left. So I bought another double pack of them because it works that well on stains. I can't express to you. I don't understand what's in here that makes it so much better. It just is. So all I need is this, and then you know the Dawn like spray dish soap stuff? That is really good if you have like an oil stain, tomato sauce stain, any of that, like put that on first and then spritz a little bit of this in, rub it in, gone. It's magic. I don't understand. And then the other one, again, tested this for a video and just keep reaching for it. It's this little lint ball thing like this. And it has this sticky jelly in it, which seems to just not get unsticky. And you roll it over your clothes, which for whatever reason, because it's a little ball like this, I like it so much more than like the stick wand ones. You can be so much more precise into like specific spots and everything. And it just, you pop it out, you rinse it under water, you put it back in, dries, sticky again. I don't understand. The science behind why that works is just beyond me, and I don't care because I really like it. Moving into 2 clothing items, 2, that's it, that I think are worthy of mentioning. Number 1 is this sweater. I have talked about it before. I actually tested it for a video. I have tested so many Amazon clothing. So many of them I don't like at all. They're just awful. This is so similar. I'm sure you can already tell just by the shape of it, the Citrus brand. And this is by, I think, the Gym People on Amazon. The quality of this, it is so thick and well made. It's got the little thumb hole right here. It's not cropped, which I think is important. I can't stand cropped anymore. I'm so over it. This sits at, for me, kind of mid-hip, I want to say. And it's got the perfect level of boxy too. And it's structured. And this, I think personally, this shade is the most elite because it has the gold zipper on it. It's this kind of like cream and gray heathered kind of look. And it's nice and long in the sleeves. I got size, I think large was what I ended up getting. And I really like it. It's the perfect level of fit for me for these. Got the little kangaroo pocket. Amazing. Then the other thing is a set, and you've probably seen it if you are on TikTok at all. And it's I think it's supposed to be kind of like a Free People set. I think it's Free People. I don't really know. But it's this knit set right here. I have the pink one, which again, I think this is the nicest one. There's a khaki one too, which I'm also considering getting. I haven't pulled trigger yet, but I really like this because this piece can be used on its own and it's so cute. Just nice little knit. But with the pants, then it's like a set and it's a cute little outfit. This is a little bit cropped on me. Cropped is the wrong word. It's not like a capri, very important. So if you are shorter than 5'10", these are probably gonna fit beautifully on you. It's more of a higher rise in terms of the fit. So I would love something if it wasn't as high rise myself personally. However, because this is so comfortable, I put up with it. Very comfortable, very well made, very nicely to wash, all that, really good. The other thing I wanted to mention, I just realized, hangers, okay? So I have only ever used these long black ones, but then I realized that baby hanger, I don't hang my baby's clothing, my baby being my 4-year-old. I don't hang any of my kids' clothing. I just stuff them in a drawer anyway, they'd end up on the floor. But they are perfect for your tank tops or for your pants because they have this like velvety thing and they have all these notches too. So they're not gonna slip and slide everywhere. Get a pack of like 30 and that was all I needed. That was all I needed for all of my pants. Not all of my pants. Yes, all of my pants and most of my tank tops. So I might get another one because I have a lot of tank tops. But that is the size difference there. And so if you've been hunting around, or maybe you hadn't thought of that because I hadn't thought of that, these exist and you can use them for your pants, not just for babies. Do you hang your baby's clothing and like have them in like a pretty closet? Are you on Pinterest? Is your closet on Pinterest? It must be. Your whole home must be. Couldn't be me. Okay, now into sleep. I am very particular about sleep. There are people who can sleep in any situation. Doesn't matter where they are, they'll just sleep. I am not that person. I'm very extra when it comes to sleeping and what I need to be able to sleep properly. I wanted to share 2 things off of Amazon that I am in love with. Number 1 being a present that I got from Chris for Christmas. And it's this sleep mask. Very simple, very plain. I think it comes in other colors, but I'm not 100% sure. I wanted black because I have self-tanner and otherwise I will just ruin them. It comes in a pack of 2. It is adjustable on the side, which is game changing. They are so comfortable, so soft, the right level of like bigness for the face, so soft, wash well. Also important, they are probably the best ones that I have found. And I've used so many different ones and they are just destroyed by the end. These have held up, again, only since Christmas, not that long, but they are by far the best ones that I have found. And then the other one, this is more recent and it's actually funny. I was looking through all of the like links and the things that you guys have been clicking on or buying. This is at the top of the list. And I understand why. I think this was overly sponsored that I was thinking, like, I think I bought it because a lot of people had been sponsored by this company. It's called Nodpod. And it's it's like a beanbag for your face when you're sleeping at night. You put it on like this and that's how you sleep. Now I sleep on my side and you can use it on your side. Now you can do like the full, putting this through the little hole in here and like tightening it, putting it around. What I do, and it's so weird how fast I can fall asleep with this. Blows my mind how quickly you can fall asleep with this. So I put it on like this and it adds it's like a weighted blanket for my head. Oh, it's gonna sound so extra. I cannot express to you. I am out cold when I use this. I don't understand the science behind it. I don't know why my brain really likes it. It's so good. But I've also used it over my eyes too. Very comfortable. I can't express to you how fantastic this is. I don't even do it up. I just kind of put it over my face. Out cold. So good. Okay, we are so close. You've made it this far. patting you on the back. That was a lot of stuff. And then I have just a couple of miscellaneous items. Number one are these sunglasses. Remember I had been talking about them? I'm like, do I keep them? Yeah, no, I kept them. I get compliments every single time I pull these out. My daughter, who is elite when it comes to fashion, is obsessed with them. She thinks they're the cutest things. She loves how like shiny and gold they are. I truly get, and I don't get compliments on stuff like that. That's not a thing that happens. But these sunglasses are like the number one thing. People are like, oh, those are so cute. Where'd you get them? Very cute. They're supposed to be like a Celine dupe. So cute. But this next one, you will thank me later because this saved us. I mean, this saved us during the cold and flu season. Oh my goodness, especially because it went like straight into spring. No one was prepared for this. Did you also experience this where you were from? Because all of us were like, okay, winter is over. And then all of us got hit with this like insane virus. But of everyone that I have spoken to about illnesses and kids and family and just like spreading the germs through, my kids have not been hit nearly as hard. And I have gotten sick so far once this year. Like one like where I needed to like lie in bed for a couple of days. And one of the biggest reasons is something that I have avoided for years. And that is one of those nasal rinses, like the Neti Pots and stuff like that. Just, I couldn't fathom. So basically it's like a salt water irrigation, but there's like a special type of salt. You don't use any salt. You don't just like pull some table salt, you know? And it just goes in one side and it comes out the other. And just the thought of that, I was like, I can't imagine a machine just like pushing water through my nose. I'm like, I get it. But because this one is a squeeze bottle, you get to control how much, how fast, and it just made it more palatable to me. So you put some warm water in here, you put the little nasal rinse tablets. These are the ones I use and I love them. We bought like another like 300 pack or whatever. Put them in here, fill it up to 300, and you just like rinse, and it just keeps everything clear. We also use like a nasal spray too that has like a salt water stuff. We get those from Costco though. And I've been using this on myself and on my daughter in particular, and it clears everything out, just gets rid of everything in your nose. But it also just gets rid of like, because some of it, I don't know, some people are not gonna like this, but I can feel sometimes in my throat a little bit. So it's got like that salt water, so it's destroying all the bacteria in there. It's so good. Again, I'm not a doctor, so like talk to someone if you're interested in this, because again, it's not gonna be for everyone, but for my family, for in particular myself and my daughter, Chris has also used it when he got really sick in like January. It has been a game changer for us. I have used this thing so frequently. I talked to an ENT too, because I was like, I don't know how often I should be using this, especially on my like 10-year-old. I was like, how frequent? Like, I don't want to like overdo it or whatever. He's like, you can use this every day. That's totally fine. I was like, oh, good to know. So anyway, love that thing. I got, Sarah ended up buying one. I think I got it. I learned about it from Lo. So she was the one that like put me onto this thing. My sister has a Neti Pot. Like we all use these kinds of devices, but that one in particular is so good. Especially if you've been like on the fence and you're like, I don't like it. That one, it like made me feel better. Then I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't think I actually mentioned this at all, but in March, my family went away to Florida with Sarah and her family and my mother-in-law. And so we stayed in like a little townhouse and we did all the sights and things in Florida. And one of the things that I had been sort of on the hunt for was headphones for my kids, because we didn't really have any for kids. Like they don't really need them. But I was thinking, I was like, I should probably get some especially for Julia, so that if she wants to have music on while she's studying or doing her reading or whatever, she can kind of like block out noise if she wants. Same with Luke, might be like a good thing to like get. So I spent hours trying to find some good options for kids that would be plug-inable, but also if you don't want to use like the cord, they're also cordless. These ones are probably my favorite ones that I have found, because also Julia, being the style queen and icon that she is, only wanted black. She was like, don't come to me with options if they're not black. I'm like, okay, girl. So this is the Power Locus or something. I don't know. It comes with this nice like solid case, which is great. It has the cords in here, which is basically what she's been using. And then this one, it also has like a noise dampener like option, like a little like clicky thing here, and you just like open them up and put them on. They're really comfy, cozy. They're all black, so she vibes with that. And then you fold them up when you're done. She uses it to like listen to classical music if she needs to focus and there's like a lot happening in the house. My son has ones that they're like a bright blue, which are also like, those ones are also really nice. But this one, if you're on the market for something that can do both, These are incredible. And then lastly is a product that I intended for myself, but it actually ended up being something that my kids used for more independence. And it's one of these like visual timers. You've probably seen these before. And you basically turn this and it's gonna start counting it down so you can see how much time is remaining. And so I was like, this is gonna be perfect for me so that I can see and kind of keep myself accountable for sticking to the task that I set out for myself. And it's funny because this ended up being something that my kids have been using a ton of, because we give them time limits for how much time they can have on screens at one sitting. And we like mark it out for the amount during the day. Every parent is different. If you do it differently, that's great. This is how we do it. So instead of me having to constantly set a thing on my phone, they have this as sort of like a visual thing. Then they are more independent with it. They can choose when they have those like small spurts of screen time. They have that there and it's ready. They'll also use it for when they're getting ready in the morning and it kind of keeping them accountable. They try and beat the timer, which is also pretty funny. It's not super aggressively loud, though you can change it. It can give like a minute, it beeps for a minute, or it beeps for like 3 seconds. The beep isn't aggressive either, like, then it's done. And yeah, I can't tell you how helpful this has ended up being for our entire family. So I thought I'd mention it. If you are looking for yourself for something to be visual so that you can kind of keep yourself accountable for what you're working on, or maybe keep kids being more independent. This is great. And that is it for this video, because I have so many more. Let me know in the comments if you have any favorites that you come across on Amazon, or if there's anything here that you are interested in. I would love to know, because I hope you love these as much as I do. I will link everything down below so you can go and check them out. I will put them also on like its own special thing on my storefront in case you wanted to like see them all like visually in front of you in one spot. And make sure, if you're not already, to subscribe to this channel as well as my other one, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more of these kind of like favorite videos. I haven't done one of these in a while. And stay tuned, a couple of weeks on RachhLoves Life. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out, because we're going to talk like home, kitchen, that kind of realm of products. So I'm very excited about that. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I will see you guys all in the next one.